You're gonna take video.
It'll be cool. No worries.
No,
I'm friendly. Okay.
Not that we have any reason to be without pride.
Yes, definitely.
Can't breathe. Black Lives Matter. Murdered. You think he was murdered? My name is James. What's your name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Do you think he was murdered, or do you think it was like an accidental death?
I think that it doesn't really matter. The conditions under which he was strangled to death or choked to death are worth a grand jury at the very least indicting.
Indicted for like a manslaughter or a
deeper investigation of what happened.
Yeah. Do you think that the jury felt that they did their due on a investigation?
Well, apparently not.
Because it didn't come up with an indictment?
Because there's absolute, the guy is completely free of any charges. The thing is done. It's a shut case. And yet there's a very clear video that makes it pretty obvious in this era that there's a problem.
Yeah. So I have another few questions for you. Eric Garner, was he wrong to resist arrest?
I'm not sure what you're trying to gather, what information you're trying to gather.
I'm just trying to get a sense of what your view of what went down was and what your opinion overall, the big picture.
I mean, the big picture is that this is one of what feels like a daily cycle of overuse of force against primarily African American and I would say downtrodden folks who are put in marginal position, but also with a racial overlay. I mean, it seems like race is a factor. We know that profiling happens regardless of class, but there is a perception that African Americans in particular are dangerous, and that's a challenge, that's a struggle.
Where do you think that reputation came from?
I don't think that's a question that makes much sense. I think that suffering and
like profiling is based on the assumption that blacks are more violent or dangerous or something, right?
I mean, I really think my sense of your questions is that you have an agenda, so I'd rather not answer. So thanks anyway.
You don't want to. So you don't think that he was wrong for resisting arrest?
I'm really not.
It's a straightforward question.
I'm really not going to talk.
And trying to get out of a chokehold, I don't think qualifies as.
But he resisted before he was already under arrest, correct?
If you came from a reputable information source, if you came from a news media source that was respected everywhere, that people knew had a lack of bias, I might answer your questions. But you haven't shown that. And the questions you're asking seem to be leading questions, so I appreciate your...
But they're straight yes or no questions, right?
Well, no, they aren't.
It's a yes or no question.
There's no such thing as a straight yes or no question. It's an agenda. So I don't know what your agenda is, but I'm really not interested in finding out.
Okay. You're holding Black Lives Matter. What's your take on abortion?
That's a separate issue.
But those are still lives that are taken with abortion, right?
I'd rather answer things like, what's my take on people that eat animals?
Getting what?
Eat animals.
Eating animals?
Those are lives.
Yeah, but these are black lives that you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
And a lot, like half of black pregnancies end in abortion. Isn't that about right?
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
But it's pretty extensive. Do you think it's too extensive?
I don't understand that question.
Are blacks getting too many abortions in your opinion?
Why would they be getting too many abortions if they're
Is there such a thing as too many abortions?
If they're denied, I don't know. This is an issue that
It's not one of your concerns.
It is one of my concerns. I'm just not I'm questioning why you're pulling this issue into this subject.
Because it says Black Lives Matter, right?
Yeah.
And when you take
conscious lives.
Yeah.
People that are conscious, fully aware in the world. They're not potential lives, they're actual lives.
But
just like animals are actual lives.
are animals more conscious or less conscious than a baby in the womb?
Well, obviously they're a lot more conscious. They're fully functional beings with thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams. A 3-month-old fetus has no consciousness of probably anything.
Is that scientific fact?
Yeah, I'm not going to continue this conversation.
No further with that?
What
Okay.
kind of radio show is this?
It's a radio show about all issues. We're on 3 hours a day, 5 days a week.
And so what's your take on abortion?
I believe that they should get rid of abortion for the most part, except for when except for to protect the life of the mother. What do you think about that?
I'm just totally not in agreement with that at all.
What's your take?
I have a right to my body. Women have a right to their bodies, and men don't have a right to tell them.
But the man helped make the baby, right?
Yeah, but the man doesn't have to live with the repercussions of it. They don't have to have their bodies ravaged by pregnancy and childbirth.
Yeah, childbirth is tough, but it doesn't ravage the body.
I'm not going to have this. You know my stance, and it's firm, and I'm unshakable on it, and I don't really like men telling women what to do.
Yeah, I'm not telling you. I'm just asking. I have one last question about it. Is the baby the woman's body? Is that the woman's body, or is that the baby's body?
What kind of question is that?
Inside the womb. Inside the womb, is that your body that you're getting rid of, or is it the baby's body that you're getting rid of?
Body, it's a fetus.
So is it the woman's fetus, or is it the baby's fetus?
Well, obviously it's not a woman isn't a fetus.
So it's not her body.
Conscious.
So it's not her body, right?
Whose is it? I don't know whose it is.
Okay. Just asking about the science of it.
On the other hand, that's their bodies.
Yeah.
For sure.
Uh-huh.
Do you eat meat?
Yes.
Okay, then I can't talk to you.
All right.